Well, hello everybody. My name is Jerry. I'm International Business Development Manager with EBRC. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Luxembourg, which is considered to be the digital fortress in Europe. But first, allow me to start and introduce the company I'm working for. EBRC stands for European Business and Reliance Center, and we are a European Center of Excellence in the management of sensitive information. So we built that around 6 different service lines: Trusted Advisory Services, Trusted Managed Services, Trusted Cloud Europe, Trusted Security Europe, Trusted Resilience Services, and Trusted Data Center Services. So you understood, it's all very trusted. But joke apart, I mean, we are quite proud, even though we are a quite small company on the global scale, to have achieved some very prestigious awards on an international scale, like being the best, being awarded in London by the Broad Group Best Data Center Operator in Europe, but also Best Risk Mitigation Service Provider, Best Information Security and Data Management Company, Best Hosting and Managed Service Provider, and also, more recently, Best Cloud Service Provider in Europe. So that's the moment you're supposed to be very impressed, because that makes us the leading provider of data center, cloud, and managed services in Luxembourg. But maybe you don't, because probably some of you don't even know what Luxembourg is. You never heard of it. Or if you heard of it, you think it's a city in Germany. Well, it's not. In fact, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg is a country landlocked between Germany, France, and Belgium. It's a founding member of the European Union. And the reason why you might not know it is because it's really a tiny country. It's barely 1,000 square miles of surface, 500,000 inhabitants. So it's the size of the state of New Jersey or of a bigger ranch in Texas. But still, it's a very important country in Europe. It's one of the very few remaining AAA rated countries. It's also the country in the world with the highest GDP per capita. And as I said, it's a founding member of the European Union, so it's also headquartered in 12 of the major European institutions, like the European Court of Justice or the European Investment Bank. It's also a founding member of major international organizations like the United Nations, the Council of Europe, NATO, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, or the World Trade Organization. And being located in the heart of Europe, in terms of connectivity, Luxembourg is only milliseconds away of potential 500 million customers. And in the digital age, connectivity is key, and latency also. So being well connected to all these different major European cities makes Luxembourg an attractive country, but it's not enough to be the gateway to Europe. Connectivity is good, but you also need state-of-the-art IT infrastructures and data centers. And on that behalf, Luxembourg is really best in class. I told you before that EBRC has been awarded Best European Data Center Operator in Europe. That's for a reason. When you look to the quality of a data center, you often refer to the tier certification delivered by the Uptime Institute that is headquartered in Seattle, Washington. And the highest level of certification that they deliver is the Tier 4 certification. And there are only very few data centers in the world that achieve that certification. And you would be surprised to know that 10% of all the Tier 4 design certified data centers of the world are located in Luxembourg, which makes Luxembourg the country with the most Tier 4 design certified data centers in the world. So even tiny Luxembourg will have more Tier 4 design certified data centers than the whole United States. That's kind of impressive. But still, this is not enough to be the digital fortress of Europe. You also need to have a strong know-how in managing sensitive information. And since decades, Luxembourg is well known to be a big financial center. And we used to have banking secrecy in the financial industry in Luxembourg. So by default, all the data of the banks was considered to be sensitive information. So that know-how that was used for the banks now is moving over to the IT business. And we are moving from being the money vault or the bank vault of Europe to being the data vault of Europe. And yeah, it's really a leading financial center. It's even the second largest investment fund center in the world after the United States. But another interesting point is the, on top of the taxes, where Luxembourg is known to be an attractive country with low taxes, you have a very business-friendly and business-oriented regulatory framework. For instance, Luxembourg is the first country in the world to offer data reversibility by law. What does that mean? That means that if you subscribe with a Luxembourgish cloud provider, you will be guaranteed by law that even if that cloud provider goes bankrupt, you will be able to retrieve your data whatever happens. That's quite unique. And these are a few of the reasons why large multinational corporations have chosen Luxembourg as their European or even worldwide headquarters. And those go through all different industries. Of course, finance, but also online gaming because of the good connectivity and the low latencies. E-commerce, industry with ArcelorMittal, the largest steel company in the world, which is a Luxembourgish company. And then, yeah, all the big names that you see here, like Amazon, Microsoft, iTunes, eBay, Rakuten, they have all chosen Luxembourg as their European headquarters. In the gaming, you probably know Valve, Big Fish, or Nexon from Korea. And then in payment, you have PayPal, Alipay from Alibaba. And then more recently in the fintech, the cryptocurrencies and the Bitcoin players, you have blockchain, Bitstamp, SnapSwap. These are also headquartered in Luxembourg. But that's not all, it goes on. You have companies like Skype. They have started in Luxembourg. It's a Luxembourgish company founded in Luxembourg, and then they grow over the whole globe. Like in the media, RTL or SES, which is the largest satellite operator in the world. These all started in Luxembourg, and then they conquered the world market. So, if you are also interested in conquering the European market, you should definitely have a closer look to Luxembourg as the digital fortress of Europe. And if you have remaining questions, I will be very happy to welcome you on our booth, as we have also today the Honorary Consul of Luxembourg for Arizona and New Mexico, Mrs. Fernie Hasted-Kirkendall, which will be present on our booth. So we will be very glad to welcome you and to answer all your questions. Thank you.